In this episode, we're going to talk about a toy line that is finally being made after 40 years. I'm going to give some shout outs to some awesome viewers, and we'll talk about some channel news and notes. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode we're going to be talking about some dirty laundry. Before we get to number one, let me just say for my own sanity, at this very moment, it is Sunday morning, technically, at 2:55. Yeah. I just got done editing the new episode of Fistful of Joes Reloaded, which aired earlier this week. And you know what? Let's just start this off as number one. Fistful of Joes Reloaded. Super excited to finally get this off the ground. This was something that I had planned way before the final episode, which was number 30 of Fistful of Joes. Now, I kind of went back and forth how to name the show, and I had a bunch of loose ideas on how to make it different. Like I said in the episode, check it out. It was earlier this week, like I said. I kind of was walking myself through the process. And with that being said, when I filmed Friday night into Saturday morning, I filmed it, I edited most of it, I did a new intro, everything. Well, as the day went along on Saturday, I was thinking of some different things, a different intro idea, and yeah, when I had my free time Saturday night into Sunday morning to start working on, the channel stuff, I started re-editing it, redid the intro, and yeah, I think I'm a lot more happier for doing it with these new ideas, but it, like I said, kind of pushed my back up against the wall to get a second episode out this week. So fingers crossed this works and you're watching this on Thursday. Anyway, one of the things that kind of bogged me down last night with filming as well was I had to start from scratch. I had planned to empty out all my Joe bins, mix them all up, put them back in boxes, and, have a new random order to the Fistful of Joes. Well, here's what that looked like when I dumped them all out. Now, this is the finished product, but as I was going through them, there were a lot of loose figures, there were loose accessories, there were bags that were ill-fitting for the figure and the file card, so I had to re-bag them, and yeah, it just ended up taking more time than I had anticipated, and I started off behind the 8-ball all this weekend with my filming. So, all in all, I'm just saying, I hope you enjoyed the Fistful of Joes. I hope we can get through this episode that I'm filming right now, and hopefully it's the start to something new and wonderful. Anyway, let's get to number two, some shout-outs. Okay, the first shout-out is to viewer Jason Martin, who sent over this book that he wrote. How awesome is that? This is called Witches in the Morgue, and it is a supernatural detective story, and it sounds awesome. I can't wait to dive into this. Unfortunately, my schedule is so hectic and my brain is so scrambled, it is hard for me to find time to read, but I am guaranteeing that I will find the time to read this, because how awesome is that? That's like been a secret dream of mine forever, to write something. So he's living the dream. That's super awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, and like I said, I can't wait to dive in. Our second shout out goes to our homeboy Gaz, who sent over a surprise gift, which was these awesome folded wings for the NECA Goliath figure. See, these wings came with the Bronx figure, and yeah, I think he was just happy enough to get Bronx and didn't have plans to get Goliath. Maybe, I'm assuming. So he sent over the wings because he knew I could use them and appreciate them. And he's right, I do appreciate it, because it saves so much shelf space to have his wings folded. Believe me, they're huge when they're folded out, and they kind of sit funny if you have them draped down. But this is so awesome, and yeah, I would love to collect more of these Gargoyles figures. A, they're hard to come by, and B, I don't know if I can jump into another toy line, and we'll get to that in a little bit in more detail. But yeah, thank you Gaz so much for sending this over. You have saved my life when it comes to my shelf space, so thank you. Our third shout out goes to viewer Dave Yardbird, who left a comment on the episode I did on the G.I. Joe Classified Spirit review. His comment, was something that I didn't even realize at the time, but once he said it, it really felt like something was missing from the figure. He pointed out that the original Spirit had a red tabard, for lack of better terms, and the new figure didn't have that. So he recommended what he did for a quick, awesome customization, and that is to just put some red fabric in the belt of Spirit. Well, I finally did it, and I am so happy that I did. Here's some pictures of the final product, and I showed them to my daughter, and they said it looks out of place, but in my mind, it looks perfect. It looks like the OG figure, or as close as you can get to it. So thank you so much, Dave, for that comment, because yeah, it was a fun, quick little project that made me feel like a big-time toy customizer. So, thank you so much. Our fourth shout-out, if you want to call it that, goes to the company Olafis. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, Olafis is a lighting and speaker company and other electronics. Well, they reached out to me, and let me be frank, I get a lot of weird business offers of doing advertising for various companies, and usually it's Bitcoin and stuff that just smells like a scam. Well, Olafis reached out to me, their marketing department, that they wanted to send me over a product of my choosing, and they sent all the links to their Amazon store and everything, and they just said, pick one of these things and review it for us. Well, I found a really neat light setup, and lighting is one thing that I kind of want to hammer down with my filming. And this light has a lot of really neat features, and I'm really excited to try it out. So shout out to them for sending it over to me. I need to do a little bit of a sellout advertisement, but that could be fun. It's also a little nerve-wracking, but I think it could be fun to do something like that. I've hardly had a lot of chances to do that, and yeah, it just gets my imagination rolling and could be fun, like I said. Anyway, those are the shout-outs, and thank you, everybody. I mean, all of your generosity is just, yeah, I can't put it into words how awesome it all is. I mean, I've probably already said awesome 100 times already, so I apologize for that, but you all are truly awesome, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Number 3 comes from the realm of toy news, as we talk about that toy line that is finally being made after 40 years. Last Dirty Laundry, I talked about Target's Fall Geek Fest. God, I hate that name. And they gave out a schedule of different things that were going to happen. I mean, there were a few days of Funkos and NECAs and things like that. Well, when I reported on it, I mentioned that they had a G.I. Joe Day planned. Well, that has turned into a Hasbro Day, and they just unveiled what they're offering. And believe me, in my wildest dreams, I could have never imagined that they were finally going to do a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon toy line. The figures look great. It's a great first wave. Even though there's a small part of me that thinks they're a little bit too simplistic. They should have punched it up a little bit more. But, like I said, it looks great. It's a toy line that I could have never imagined them finally releasing. And, yeah, so super excited about it. But, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take my chances and not pre-order them. See, at the moment, I have so many pre-orders just out there hanging in the ether, and I try to, schedule my budget around their planned release dates, but Hasbro just threw me for a loop because they sent something early. And as much as I love Dungeons and Dragons, I love the D&D cartoon, and I love the characters in that show. Like I said, I'm just going to have to take my chances and see where luck will take me on this one. Believe me, I would love to pre-order them. But I hate pre-ordering from Target because they ping your account like all the time just to make sure the money's in there. And my wife does the banking, so it kind of ticks her off because all of a sudden it's like they ping the account, so it looks like they take the money out, but then they put the money back in, and it's confusing and it's stupid. And hopefully if these figures hit Amazon, I'll feel more confident pre-ordering through them because they don't touch your account until the thing actually ships from their warehouse. So I find that a lot more reliable. And of course, I'm, stay to my little pond and I don't try all the other toy distributors out there. Maybe I should, but yeah, I'm just, Amazon's just so convenient. That's usually where I do my shopping. So fingers crossed the D&D figures show up there. That pre-ordering nonsense will lead us to number 4. Like I said, I kind of try to schedule a budget around the planned shipping dates. Well, Hasbro, they keep upping shipping dates, and that's cool. But some of them, they are fast-forwarding the shipping dates. And in this case, it was the Ninja 2-pack from G.I. Joe Classified. Believe me, I am super excited to get it, but unfortunately, because I wasn't really planning on it, and it's a bit pricey because it's a 2-pack, and I had to kind of pass it off to my wife to give me as a gift at Christmas, because I can't really justify spending that kind of money right at this moment. So I do have it. It's in hand. I would love to do a review of it. I would love to play with them, but I'll have to wait till Christmas, and that's cool. I can wait. I'll probably even forget by then, but I am super excited. I think they look like great figures. They come with really great accessories that I can't wait to divvy out to some of my other classified figures. And I think the thing that made me want to pre-order it in the first place were the masks they come with, or maybe it's replaceable heads. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen any of the reviews because I like to be surprised when I get the items. But anyway, awesome ninjas, awesome masks, awesome accessories. I can't wait. Number 5 is just a little bit of channel news, and that is that October is right around the corner, and it will be Halloween month here at the channel. I just love any excuse to have a theme, and yeah, I just love piecing together the schedule that I will be filming and writing up and doing the research on, great toys and pop culture things of the 80s, sometimes the 90s, around Halloween. So I am super excited, and that was one of the problems too, because I didn't really have anything else scheduled for this weekend other than the Fistful of Joes Reloaded. And I had to come up with an idea, and dirty laundry. I should do that at the end of every month as kind of a wrap up. And so that kind of worked itself out. But I've been kind of spending my time getting ready for Halloween. So I'm super excited for it. And I hope you all enjoy what I have planned. Anyway, this was just a quick, it came from my side of the laundry room, Dirty Laundry Edition. Like I said, I'll be trying to shoot for these at the end of every month. And I had planned to do them as a, bonus episode to air on Saturdays. And yeah, I can't believe I used to do 3 episodes a week. I don't know where I found that time. I really don't. But anyway, I wish I could get back to that point. But like I said, I was hoping to keep Dirty Laundry as one of those Saturday episodes. But with how things worked out, it is now a Thursday episode. Hopefully, if I'm able to edit it, because it is now 3:21. So that's how long it took me to shoot it. We'll see how long it takes me to edit it. And we'll see how long the final product is. Because with how tired I am, I messed up a lot. So there's a lot more footage and time spent than will actually be the finished result, as usual. Anyway, I'm sorry to just keep on going, but I ramble when I'm tired, as I've said before. Anyway, I apologize. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you happen to enjoy this or any of the episodes YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.